Sustainability should not be made difficult. It's basically in everybody. People, I think, before COVID, hardly ever were thinking about clean. When people think about cleaning, they think about cleaning the bathroom, cleaning the toilet, cleaning the floor. The cleaning business is already addressing one of the 17 SDGs. Many people think it's confusing. If you ask people, would you like to eat healthy or unhealthy? They say healthy, please. Or would you like to live in a clean world or a dirty but clean, please? Every 5 seconds, a child in the world dies from hunger. There are 17 SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals. Companies sometimes say, which one should I pick? I would say,
Sustainability in cleaning is fast becoming a priority for facilities around the globe. It's something we are all focusing our goals on to reduce a building's footprint on the environment and provide a highly effective clean at the same time as having a healthy and thriving facility. This week we want to hear more about how a cleaning company or an organisation who manages the cleaning can positively impact the environment, and to do that we welcome Leen Zevenbergen. He's a seasoned entrepreneur, a specialist in sustainable organisations and the co-founder of B Corp, leading the change in sustainability. His fantastic work has been helping many organisations lead the change and create urgency in the support of the environment. Welcome to the first episode. I'm Jasper McEwen and this is the Healthy Facilities Review.
So Leen, great to have you here today at the Hygiene HQ. We've had a great speech and a great thought-provoking time with regards to sustainability this afternoon, and it would just be interesting to have a conversation now just to understand a little bit more about sustainability in the cleaning world, if you like. So one of the things that I've often struggled with, particularly in the past sort of 3 or 4 years, is the whole sustainability. You know, the concept, it can be quite confusing. It can be a little bit of a grey area. You know, what is it? You know, and I think the key there is to potentially just try and start with something. But could you help a company that's maybe, or an organisation that's struggling to know exactly where to start?
yeah, well, I think it's a very good question, a very valid question. I think it's a very valid question because many people think it's confusing. And because it is confusing, they neglect it, or they don't want to talk about it, or they think it's too difficult. Basically, it is simple. So if you would not use the word sustainability, but you think I want to live in a fair and honest world, a clean world, with healthy food, with a decent and honest division of wealth, so not people that are completely using all the resources of the planet, or the wealthiest people, and we have a lot of poor people. So a normal life that people like, that people wish for their children and their children's children, that is basically what every human being wants. That's sustainability. So it's very simple. And you know, and so if you ask people, would you like to eat healthy or unhealthy? They say healthy, please. Or would you like to live in a clean world or a dirty but clean, please? So future for children or not? Yes, please. So it is. So, but having said that, what does that mean for a company? Is your question? Well, a company can pick anything basically, as long as they pick something. You can say we are in cleaning business. We deal with water. So water, think about that. Water can be a bigger problem to the planet than the carbon dioxide. So we all talk about carbon.
Yes.
And carbon free. But it is not so certain that water is not a bigger problem in the future
And carbon.
than carbon. And water is more important for us to survive. We also need carbon, by the way, but
Yeah.
not too much. And that is so. There are 17 SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals, and companies sometimes say, "Which one should I pick?" I would say, pick any. Begin. Do
Just make
something.
a start.
Make a start.
Yeah.
And basically, don't make it so difficult on yourself. Make a start and then go from there.
Yeah, no, I think that's a really interesting point, because I think for me, going back over the years, it's very, very easy to not exactly understand what that sustainability piece means, going green. But just by having a look at the SDGs, and it'd be good for anyone listening to this to actually just check them out. It's very, very easy to search on Google, isn't it?
Yeah.
United Nations SDGs, and you can pull up an infographic, and it goes into all the different goals and objectives. And then you can click through into each one of those goals and see how you can have an impact on the environment and sustainability as a whole, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But
And I would always say, if I say that to people, if you go to Google and you do SDG or Sustainable Development Goal, you get millions of hits. And then you read about it and you see that there are 17 goals. And always there is at least one goal that strikes your imagination. It can be, I don't like that there are poor people, or I don't like children to die from hunger. Every 5 seconds, a child in the world dies from hunger.
really, wow.
Every 5 seconds. So this is one.
Yeah.
After 5 seconds.
Yeah.
So almost we're now at the second child. So, and that is a bigger problem than the war in the Ukraine or the other wars that are going on in the planet. So you can, if you know that, you can think my company could do something about it maybe. And you start a project and you support children in a poor area, or you can also think about if you clean buildings, you make those buildings healthier, working environments. That's also an SDG. Create healthy working. I think it's SDG number 5 or 6.
Yeah.
So the cleaning business is already addressing one of the 17 SDGs.
Just by default, if you like.
By default.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're also already doing one.
Yeah.
And if you then think about cleaning and health, then there's another SDG. And if you think about water and clean water, that's another SDG. So easy for the cleaning industry. You can say there is at least by default almost 3-4 SDGs that you're already working on.
And that provides that starting.
Yeah. And then you go from there. And that is, sustainability should not be made difficult. It's basically in everybody. Everybody wants to live sustainable, long.
Yeah.
So sustainable is long term, and you want to live long, and you want your children, if you have them, to live. And there's this famous thing in the native Indians that they have, and in every decision, there was this tribe a long time ago in a native Indian tribe. Maybe you should call it now Native Americans. But what they did, they had a rule that every decision that they took, they had to think what would be the effect of this decision on 7 generations.
Really?
From now.
Right.
Into the future. And that is not one, your children, my children, not my children's children, because I can imagine something with my children. Said, no, my children's children, so 7 generations. And if then the answer was, this is not harming those 7 generations, the decision could be yes.
Wow.
And when we do that as people, and then we think, well, for example, do we want to have a nuclear plant? How does that influence maybe our children or children's children? If we then would apply that rule of 7 generations, there's even now, there are laws that are being made in Western European countries that are going to, are going to ensure that in decisions that we as countries make, we're going to think about future generations. There are even countries that have a ministry of future generations.
Really?
Yeah. So more and more that thought about that we should think and care about the future and our future generation is more and more becoming valid. When I was young,
Wasn't
people
there?
didn't think about it.
No, interesting. Yeah, no, it's a very interesting point that you bring forward. And I think there was another point just as you were speaking there about the cleaning industry and creating healthier, safer spaces.
Yeah.
And that's something that we at Chespack Hygiene, we take very passionately around creating thriving space.
Yeah.
People that can be highly productive, and we can impact that through the products that we provide to an organisation. But anyone within the cleaning industry, I guess, contract cleaners, cleaning companies, or those that actually operate their own cleaning teams, if you like, they are impacting the health and well-being of the space they are managing, aren't they?
Yes.
That they're, by the products they use, by the techniques and the machines, and whether they clean as often as they should or more than they should, they can impact the health of that building.
Yeah, and the health is an important aspect. And I think that COVID has brought many negative things, but also has brought some positive things, and especially also for the health industry. For the health industry, listen to me.
Yeah.
The health industry.
Yeah.
It is a health industry.
Yeah, absolutely.
And people, I think, before COVID, hardly ever were thinking about cleaning.
No.
When people think about cleaning, they think about cleaning the bathroom, cleaning the toilet, cleaning the floor, the windows. That's what people think as clean.
Yeah.
And before COVID, people didn't think, well, this table, oh, maybe somebody touched this table before I was here. Is it clean?
Yeah.
Is it healthy to sit here? So people are now beginning, and we should, I think, capture that.
Yeah.
That clean and health are the same. And a healthy environment is also happy. That's also what you use, I think. Clean,
Absolutely, yeah.
healthy, happy. Because if you are working, if I would have to work in a very dirty environment, dirty tables and smells bad, and then there's a lot of CO2 in the air,
Yeah.
because you can also measure that, have clean air, I cannot work.
No.
So the performance of people working in any environment is better when the environment is healthier, safer, happier.
Yeah.
And that is your
100%,
business.
yeah.
So, and I think that if you talk about cleaning as in cleaning the toilets and the windows, then the cleaning industry will always stay in this lower tier kind of business, where it's about a penny cheaper,
Yeah.
penny wise business. But if you bring it up and you think about the well-being of your people, the health, then you lift the whole industry up to a much higher value chain and a higher valuation by clients,
Definitely. Yeah. No. Absolutely.
higher income
Yeah.
for you.
And I think one of the phrases that our team came up with was on their website over COVID. It was when cleaning actually saves lives.
Yeah.
And that's that kind of summarised it in a nutshell.
And,
doesn't
and
it?
that is it. When cleaning saves lives, and that is, and people are now believing that.
Yeah.
And before COVID, they didn't even think about it.
Didn't think twice. No. No, it's been really good to catch up with you, Leen. Really enjoyed having this conversation with you about sustainability.
My pleasure.
And we look forward to moving forward both as a company at Chespack Hygiene and with our team as well into the future with our sustainability programs.
Yeah, we will see each other then.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. Thank you.